In health terms, boys are like a developing country. Every parent of sons feels that fear when their sons go out with their friends. Will they come home safe and sound? The good news. Enough of the bad news. What we all want is young men who are happy, energetic, safe, hard-working, and kind. That's all. We want our boys to turn into fine young men who will be part of the solutions of the 21st century. And in the meantime, we need them to do the dishes and tidy their rooms. In the past 10 years, a huge amount has been learnt about the true nature of boys, which may surprise and delight you. For 30 years, it was fashionable to say that boys and girls were really just the same. But as parents and teachers kept telling us, this approach wasn't working. A vast amount of new research is confirming parents' intuitions about boys being different in positive ways. We are beginning to understand how to appreciate their masculinity and shape it into something good, not just squash it down. The chapter outline for this book. In this book, we will look at many breakthrough areas of understanding boys. In the next chapter, we'll explain first their 3 distinct stages of development. 1. 0 to 6, the learning to love years. 2. 6 to 14, the time when fathers count most. And 3. 14 to adult, when boys need mentors and adults who care in addition to their parents. By knowing these stages, you will be prepared and more relaxed about what is coming next and how to deal with it. In the 3rd chapter, we'll examine the effects of hormones on boys' behavior and how to help boys ride these powerful waves of development. Everyone knows about hormones, but when do they actually come into action, and what do they do? Why are 13-year-olds often dopey and 14-year-olds so argumentative? And how do you handle this with understanding and maintain your sense of humor? In Chapter 4, we'll show how boys' brains are vulnerable and how to stimulate their brains so they become good communicators. When you chatter and tell stories to little boys, this actually builds their brain connections, so they are more likely to become men who are good with words and feelings. The world no longer needs men who can wrestle buffalo, but it does need men with people skills. Next comes the vital place of fathers, and how to get it right even if your own father wasn't all that great. Most men, it seems, want to improve on the way their father was, but don't always know how. The fatherhood revolution is one of the most positive developments of the past 30 years. If you are a single mum listening to this, we will also tell you what you can do to ensure your son has good men in his life. Then come some stories and clues about mothers and sons. Mothers need to be confident and proactive with their boys, helping them to feel okay around the opposite sex. A mum is a practiced girlfriend, and she teaches a boy how to get along happily with women. Whether she knows it or not, she is setting the pattern for all his future relationships. Next, we'll talk about boys and sex, since this is a vital area that can make their life happy or miserable, depending on how it's handled. Next, since school is where boys spend half their childhoods, there's a chapter on how schools can be dramatically improved. It's important that boys don't start school too young, since their brains grow in a different sequence to, and slower than, girls. Starting too young can lead to a school life blighted by feelings of inadequacy and a hatred of learning. This information changed tens of thousands of families' timing on when they sent their sons to school or even to childcare. We will also help you to decide which teachers and which school will best help your boy. To round things off, we'll tackle sport, which can be hazardous to boys' bodies and souls, though when it's done right, it can be so good for them. Boys need sport, so we need sport to get its act together. And lastly, we'll discuss the ways in which the whole community can support boys turning into men. Because parents can't do this without help. Parents need to be making choices, even when their boys are still little babies, to ensure other adults are there for the boys as they navigate their teens. You need a circle of friends and an extended family.